What's up, everybody? Welcome out to a very special edition of Death Battle Cast. I don't
Always
go to the
back.
intro. Torian's back, everybody.
Wonderful.
I'm
Torrian,
back.
thank you for joining
I'm
us.
back.
Yeah.
I quit.
And then he's
But
back.
he's back.
And
I was like, wait, are you quitting now? Like, oh
I'm
shit,
quitting now.
that didn't last long.
Over.
What's up, everybody?
going
Ben
on,
is we're pre-recording this episode, just a heads up. So if you're in the chat being like, why aren't they saying hi? That's because we pre-recorded it. Because we're out at Comic-Con.
Yes,
Yeah, we're at a
that is where you
Comic-Con,
are.
which is the 7th
Make
through
a
the
joke.
9th. It's already over.
Comic-Con?
But yeah. Kami. Gotta clarify that. In today's political
I made
landscape.
that joke in a fucking
Yep.
call, and Chad gobbled it up. And
He did.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're pre-recording this episode, but we wanted to get Torrian on, and it would work easier for his schedule to go on the pre-records. We're like, this is perfect timing. So we've got some fun stuff to talk about today.
Uh-oh.
So
Don't hold,
we've
hey
got-
man, don't do one of those test things again.
No,
Don't do
we
that,
we
bro.
have literally he would have had to given me the assets, and I'm not doing that shit. So
Sam, I
have
need
screenshots
you
for you.
to pull up one though. And I'll send it over. All right,
Oh
that's it.
no. Come on.
I just
Liam.
got-
I have some as well.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Liam, come on, Liam.
This is
Come
so
on, man.
bad. I totally fucking forgot.
Nah,
Wait, you
I
forgot
did.
to
I'm
send-
ready. No,
you
I
forgot
know
to
stuff.
send all your images over for what you're repping? Oh, great.
Huh?
This will be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. We're super prepared. It's great. We're not even live, and the live show's more on the rails than this. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good.
Sorry, pal.
So we had a suggestion from Ben, not our Ben, but community Ben, who wanted to hear us talk about Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan versus Clive Rosfield. Is that how you say it? Rosfield?
Rosfield. Clive. Badassatron.
Rosfeld?
That's what his name
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, badass
From
Strong,
Final
3000.
Fantasy. And
Yeah.
Torian is a big Final Fantasy fan. And you've been on that Clive kick recently.
I have a poster collection from Amazon in the other room. It's just 60 posters of that game.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
insane.
insane. Oh, he's like,
Okay.
you don't have to get it. I believe you, but all right. Here you
I
go.
literally heard you say that, and my brain did the thing where it went, "Oh, I just received information. I'll just respond in the affirmative." And then I understood what he said and went, "Wait, what?"
I'm
It
just
is a
ima-
lot.
I can't
of
imagine
posters.
what you could do with 60 posters. Like that's
Put them on
wild.
the wall.
Oh yeah, look at
Should I-
that.
Should I play Final Fantasy 16?
A lot of
Because
posters.
I have it. But I have it in New
Absolutely.
York, in a storage unit in New York. I didn't bring it with me, and I thought that I had. So I made a terrible
So there's your
$50?
mistake.
I'm terrible with money. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I know. I just bought a
Yeah.
$150 yoga mat. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
you-
never fucking use.
All right, Liam. How
I used
often
it
are
once,
we
it was
doing
great.
yoga?
Yeah.
That's a
I'm-
good question.
I'm working out. I found a gym nearby. You know, it's great. It's awesome.
I need to
and
see
I'm
your
doing
comparisons. When you're on Amazon and it says
Yeah.
$150 yoga mat and
I looked
$10 yoga mat, like
I
what's
looked up
the
best yoga
difference?
mat. I was like, "What is best yoga mat?" And it's the Manduka Pro. And I was like, "Well, I'm
The
telling you, I can the longer one."
And so you bought the best one?
Yeah, I bought the best one, and then they said what you have to do is you have to break it in. You have to like
Break it in.
pour- You have to break it in. You have to you have to pour sand on it. So I sanded it for 24 hours. And then I washed it off and I like rubbed the sand into the to like give more grip, you know?
If
I'm
there's-
sorry.
You're joking.
If
Just
It-
buy
no,
it.
if
Get
you're-
it dirty as fuck.
yeah, if you're
Just-
paying $150 for a mat,
I want it
like,
broken already.
they should have already done all that shit
seriously,
for
I
you.
know. I know.
Also, I just want to.
Sure.
Can somebody put a bookmark in this if there's ever any allegations of us paying an unlivable wage? We're gonna point right to Liam's $150 yoga mat.
I'm not even paying. I'm not even paying for $150 yoga mat. And I work on Star Wars.
That's literally the first time I've said that out loud, and I realized how fucking funny.
You gotta keep that one to yourself, Liam. That's gonna change everyone's
Yeah.
whole perception of you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
keep
tell you
that one
this.
to
It
yourself.
is the best fucking yoga mat, though.
I mean,
It's
at least
so
that's
big,
good. It
it's so-
fucking better
I
be.
can. It doesn't hurt my joints when I put down on it. I can fucking do a downward dog. I can do push. I can't barely do push-ups anymore, but like we're working on that. That's why we got the fucking thing.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad we
Christ.
covered the most important part of this episode, which is Liam's yoga mat. God, we're gonna be so off the
Maybe
rails this
instead
episode.
of talking about an overpriced product, Chad,
Yeah.
we could talk about a reasonably priced product.
Yeah, we could do that, except it's like, all right, fine. You want to get that right out the way? We'll do it. Our first sponsor is Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Hero Forge is easy to use design tool, lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creature right in your web browser. Their color technology gives you advanced options like decals, makeup, war paint, and more. It's basically like a super detailed video game character creator, except then you can get your character printed in full color. Ben and I are in the process of making Wizard Boomsticks, so once we have those in, we can't wait to show you. We'll show them off with our next Hero Forge sponsor because they've been super cool to us. It is really easy to use, and it's one of those things where you're like, I don't know if you're like me, where I'm like, oh, I want to get like some into detail on the character creator, but then I see the options and I'm like, I've done enough. Thank you for making this simple. Is what's great. But if you want to get down to the minorest little details of like moving little bits of brow and things like that, you can. It's awesome. So for pro subscribers, kit bashing is a new feature that levels up the customization experience on Hero Forge with a vast array of items and features that can be placed anywhere on the mini. You have more freedom than ever to create bespoke minis that represent your character's unique personalized stories. Each item has its own independent scaling, rotation, movement, color, and more. It's legitimately incredibly impressive. You can go to heroforge.com and use code DBC to get 5% off all orders of physical miniatures. The link is in the description. Visit heroforge.com to start designing your custom miniature today and check back often. New content is added every week. Remember, use the code DBC. I want to, and if you make some Hero Forge stuff, tag me on social media. I want to see what you made because it's really, really, really cool. You can get really creative. Thank you, Hero Forge. All right, Torrian's back. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive this episode, which is the new thing we've been doing for these.
I didn't even open this thing. Like it's a book.
Kickstarter pitches, and so
Look at Shiva.
like a lot of us know a good bit. Oh, that's pretty sick. I think a lot of us know a good bit about Eren Yeager and stuff like that, but I really don't know much about Clive. And Torrian, why is Clive a cool character for a death battle?
Here, okay.
Oh, he's trying to find the.
Look at the phoenix. All right, anyway.
Yeah.
Clive is like, he's like medieval dark fantasy Dante.
That's
if you know who that character is.
Okay.
No one's ever played DM.
from the 2007 action game Dante's Inferno.
It's
correct?
oh yeah. It's only gotten how many games? DMC's got 7, 8 games.
Like 7,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
Nobody's
like,
heard of it.
but
Yeah.
the thing about it is like we know, he's like he's like super genuine, and he like really wants to help his people, and then like he's like really into the story and stuff like that. But at the same time, he absolutely knows he can kick your ass if he needs to, and like the most medieval Game of Thrones saucy kind of language,
Can you give me an example
love
of
saucy
said
language.
saucy language?
Saucy language. He's like, someone's like, Clive, I'm gonna take you and your girlfriend down. And he's like, by the king's hand, you will fall to my blade. And he just bursts into flames and he fucks him up.
It's a direct quote for the game. Just looked it up. Yep.
By the king's
By the king's hand,
He's like a manly man. You know what I'm saying? He has a woman. A lot of these like, Final Fantasy characters, or they're like
No sex.
Oh, man. No sex. No, nothing.
Don't
Not
know what that
Clive.
is. Not Clive.
Not Clive. You know what's crazy? He got her powers of Shiva, and then she was like, "That's cool. Now let's have sex." I was like, "Yo, this game is sick."
I didn't know that. I'm actually playing the game now.
Clive gets in there. He kicks ass, takes names, hangs out with his childhood, girlfriend and stuff like that, and kicks ass, and turns into a giant lava monster called Ifrit.
Okay.
Ifrit's
yeah.
Ifrit's just the classic. Yeah, he's So the idea in Final Fantasy 16 is that like summons are basically big kaiju that you can summon. Okay, so it's basically just like summons. Never mind.
that you like turn
but, like,
into.
Yeah, that you
who
become
you turn
them.
into.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
become
yeah.
them. Okay. Yeah, and his is Ifrit because Ifrit is like the guy. Ifrit's our classic boy. We love Ifrit. Is there like Bahamut? Is Bahamut in Final Fantasy?
Yeah, so like okay, so
Yeah.
like I'll keep making like Game of Thrones or like a what those types of references because it is like a medieval dark fantasy
The
setting.
trailer
so
was
each
immediately
kingdom,
like, oh, this is Game of Thronesy.
yeah. So each kingdom has a nuke, right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
What?
You're gonna use your nuke. I'm gonna use my nuke, and the nukes are the people who can transform into the summons.
Yeah.
Right? And so basically, if Chad's country doesn't have someone who can turn into Shiva or something, then Liam's country, who has Shiva, can just run over there and just fuck all y'all up in the war. And so
Okay.
that creates this whole like political tension and wars
It's
and
the
stuff like that.
It's literally Cold
Cli-
War politics.
Yep. Clive's country has his brother. Actually, they thought it was gonna be him, but his brother is actually like the Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so it's his country's nuke. But something happens to where it seemed like it was gonna be Clive, and Clive technically only has like a little bit of power, but his brother is the nuke, right? And Clive's
Okay.
like, I'm just gonna use my power to protect my little bro. You know what I'm saying?
This is like
Yeah.
Civilization Final Fantasy is what I'm hearing.
Right.
Okay.
It's not really a spoiler. Like this is the whole
like-
premise of the story.
Yeah,
Something
it's like
happens
in
to
the
little
E3
bro.
trailer, I think. So.
Yeah,
gameplay review.
something happens to little bro, and now we gotta go figure out what's going on. And on his journey, just like in a game like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, you go and you defeat the summons and you get their powers. And then
Gotcha.
so as you go through the game, you just become stupid. Like it's
Okay.
awesome.
And Ifrit is like his big form.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So
So
he has
that's the
he has
connection
what? Yeah.
for Eren
He-
Yeager because they
yeah.
both are like badass characters that know how to fight as
giant
humans, and then
monsters,
they
yeah.
both turn into big monsters, and we want to see
Eren
kaiju
Yeager,
fight.
though? Like really?
Yeah.
Eren.
So,
I think Eren is bad. I think he's the
Oh
worst Titan.
no!
do you think he's the worst Titan?
I
He's
think
literally
he's
the
the-
best Titan. He's the founding Titan.
but
He's like
like
the biggest one.
But not of his own accord though. Like that power is kind of like he got the best Titan power, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's what
But
they're
he's
all
not a
like.
good fighter.
They all like inherit. It's not. No one's like born with the. He is a good fighter. He's the fight. He's the attack Titan. He's the best fighter. He's literally the Titan that does the
He's
fighting.
the best. Someone came up to him and touched him, was like, "You're now the fighting Titan." He didn't earn that.
That's not what happened. To be fair, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened.
His dad
but I
ejected
believe
him
it
with the
had to-
needle. Like, you're gonna fight.
Yes,
you're gonna
you have
fight
to-
all the
yeah,
other
you have to-
Titans.
Yeah, he got injected by the needle. He had to eat. He have to
He's
eat
so
something.
bad,
Yeah.
Liam. He's so bad.
No. He is literally a fascist. If you mean that he's bad in that he is a genocidal, he's like a little anime Hitler, then yes, that is bad.
He sucks at fighting.
He does
You know
not
how
suck
he
at
got-
fighting.
You know how he got better? You know how he got better? He got more power. They just wrote more power to him.
No, he was better. No, because they literally invade. Is it Marley or is it fucking? They invade the fucking people that have been fucking with them. They invade.
Oh
the people that have been fucking with
yeah.
them.
Oh, and then he showed up and he hit old girl before she could transform.
Yeah,
That was cool. That was a little
was
smart.
cool.
I didn't expect that from dumbass
Eren
Eren.
shows
I didn't
up
expect that.
and is like, the time skip made me a fucking like ninja assassin. And then he goes to like Reiner and is like, I'm gonna fucking scare the shit out of you right now, Reiner, you little bitch.
Okay, I see. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So he got good off screen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
still
I
No,
think
think
he was good
trademark.
before that.
I still think
It's literally he's
I
been
still
shown
think he
protagonist.
would lose to a one-legged Levi. Come on, man. You
Well,
can't lose to-
yeah, of course he would lose to a one-legged Levi. It's Levi. That's a look. Would you beat
I bet you
Levi
Clive would beat Levi.
Ackerman in a fight? Would you beat Levi Ackerman in a fight?
No,
Would
but I think
Clive
the
beat
question is, would
Levi?
No,
Clive
you
beat
would not beat Levi. And I think you're cool. But losing to Levi Ackerman in a fight does not make
I'm
you
trying
not
to see.
cool.
I was
Levi
gonna say
is
I would
like,
pull out a gun, but then you remember that episode where he was like, "Dad, he was
Gunpowder.
beating all the gun
Yeah.
people." That was sick.
no,
That was
they invented gunpowder, and he said, I am not impressed by this. You got to do better.
impressed by your instantaneous projectile.
Yeah, fucking Zeke had to blow himself up with with Levi.
Oh, he did.
Like,
that
the
was
most
funny.
the most barest win against Levi, and then Levi came back and fucking murdered the shit out of him when he's like still
Murdered
blown the
him.
fuck up.
I-
So yeah, believe it or not, I actually think I know this might sound crazy versus Clive because Clive is like planet level or something like that. I actually think Eren would beat him in a fight. Just kidding.
Really?
Of course not.
Okay.
No, Eren
Okay.
gets,
Okay.
gets
Oh, I was
stopped.
about to say because
No, God,
I don't want
no.
to spoil the game.
do you-
Somebody said they were gonna play it, and I don't
Real
want to spoil
quick,
it.
just to like get some
Me.
base facts down. Like in Eren's final like Titan form, does it ever say how tall he is?
I think no. I mean, yes, I'm sure it does. Big, like he is literally the size of a mountain. I don't know how big Ifrit and the summons are. I think he might like genuinely tower over.
I think
them.
Ifrit's like
So-
like a 2-story house kind of thing. right?
Yeah,
like he's
like,
probably
it-
like
'cause-
15, 20 feet tall.
The founding titan
Yeah.
is literally a mountain. Like it
Yeah.
like the wall titans. You know how big the wall titans are? That's like literally the
Mhm.
walls.
I
Of
watched.
the city.
Oh yeah.
They're like those are gigantic, right? The founding titan makes them look like
Well, yeah, the
not
like
ants, but like
yeah, the
small
ones that
ants.
fuck up the outer wall. I think they say he's 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then even in Ifrit form, he, there's another summon. He's literally just running along.
Yeah,
tentacles.
it's
Like,
like
he's
a
like a
Shadow of the
tiny boy.
Colossus fight.
Yeah.
Like he so like the
and
size
he's
I don't
big as
think
shit,
matters a
so-
ton. Yeah.
Yeah, this is always the fun thing to deal with whenever we're doing robots or kaiju or like dragons, right? You're like,
Well-
this makes sense. They should go up against, and one's like this big, and then the other one's like down here. You're like, well, maybe.
I kind of think it actually makes a lot of sense for the fight because like Eren is still I don't know anything about the Founding Titan. I didn't finish Attack
It
on Titan.
says that he's 13 meters tall. No, he
That
isn't.
doesn't-
I'm looking at an image right here, and it's the size of a fucking mountain. What is it?
It's a small
is this
mountain,
Google
Liam.
result?
Very
It's
small.
its perspective.
Mountain.
Okay, somebody's fucking insane.
I mean,
Look at that,
13
it's
meters is still
insane.
fucking big, but
No,
like-
I am looking at an image of him, and it is a mountain. Anyways,
my
no,
point
he's like
is-
a mountain.
I think
Yeah.
even I don't really think the size matters because like Ifrit does deal with really big
No.
size. You
Yeah.
know, what's they're not called summons. They have a word in 6. I don't know it. I haven't played it yet, but I know
They're
there's a word.
dominance.
Yeah,
dominance.
dominance.
Dominance. Yeah.
In correct me if I'm wrong, but is as Clive, and I think it's kind of baked into the mechanics of the game. It's like for some reason you do often know like the enemy weak spot, and I think it's something about
Mm.
the whole like dominant power thing.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
already.
think it's just. Oh, go ahead.
I'll just say I'm just picturing this fight, like right. It's like what we do is we have a go like in human form, right? Like head to head, flashy, swords, Eren zipping around, blah blah blah.
Clive also has
We
a
have-
devil trigger, like mini human Ifrit.
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
So that'd be cool.
It's
I think-
literally it's so the dude who literally did DMC's combat made the combat for that
Yeah.
game.
really.
So like it is a dark fantasy DMC game.
No wonder
it-
you
okay.
love this character.
Instead
so
of guns and like crazy stuff, just replace all that with all the summon powers you get.
So it's like
God.
a good game because when it came out, people and I got it immediately because I'll just get the next Final Fantasy. Whatever.
Some people
But
dragged it
people
'cause it
were
was
sort of
different.
mixed.
It has
Yeah.
pacing issues. When you're not
Okay.
fighting and you're not doing the action stuff, it is on the ground crawling to the
Yeah.
next thing. So
Yeah.
it has really bad pacing issues, but that's because it's the same dude who made Final Fantasy 14. And so he basically he tells a story and he sets up his quest the same way as an MMO, which is
Oh Lord!
don't do that.
Okay, yeah. No,
Oh,
no,
got it.
God, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then once you get it's normal Final Fantasy, crazy cutscenes, crazy action, and now you got this cool real-time Devil May Cry fantasy combat, plus these
Okay.
giant rock'em sock'em robots, plus the devil trigger, plus all it's sick. It's a sick game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
not to mention when he finishes, like I'm just reading some of the lists. Like obviously as Ifrit, and like you get all the powers of the other people throughout the game, like plus Phoenix and stuff. And in everybody, you have pyrokinesis, aerokinesis, electrokinesis, water kinesis, geokinesis. Like there's nothing you can't fucking control. Photokinesis, you can control fucking light. Like it like he's idiotically powerful
Yeah, he's
by the end of this thing. Like, I mean, to the point where like that is like you're killing shit like Bahamut, which in that world is supposed to be so much more fucking like powerful, right?
And even at that point, he still struggles against Muhammad.
Yeah.
So like,
And-
imagine how strong Muhammad.
Yeah, you just have so like he's got so much juice by the end. And I
Well,
really
so-
think that's gonna make a big difference.
I was just thinking because I'm still back on the size difference in the fight and everything. So I say like they go head to head in human form. If we have Clive go into like Ifrit form first, then Eren's like, I got this, zips around, slashes him across the back of the neck, then just gets backhanded into a mountain, then turns into rises up from it. And then now you've got the reverse size difference, and then now Clive's getting in
But
there.
Chad,
fighting
that
the
scene
bigger
kind of
Titan.
exists already in the game.
Really?
Like, as Ifrit, there's like another thing because I'm more than sure Eren as the founder Titan is going to be least bigger than him. There's like a similar setup in the game already, and you run around and you fight the monster as Ifrit, and as Ifrit, you're still just as mobile as Clive.
Oh my god.
So it's pretty sick. So you're kind of really on the money with that.
Whereas the founding Titan, like, is not very mobile. I mean, it just sort of walks, and its mobility comes from the fact that it controls all of the Titans. So it has an army of. fucking
Yo,
wall
that'd be
Titans.
sick. Fighting the
Yeah,
army,
yeah.
Ifrit fighting an army of Titans.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That is like a really sick fucking like just ripping through wall
He's
Titans.
just
'cause
obliterating them, like just with no problems. Like, come on, man.
They're trying to like. Oh, the setup makes sense too because the whole point of him controlling the wall Titans was that they would flatten. They would literally stomp this other country to nothingness because he was like, it's either them or us. They've tried to kill us, so I'm gonna wipe them out. I think he had like a bigger motivation where it was like, oh, actually, I'll be the bad guy here so that we all unite as human. I fucking don't remember, but the point of it was gonna kill a bunch of people, so he could have them trying to march on Clive's country, and they're like, okay, deploy the nuke, and then that's the fight.
Okay, all right, okay.
Oblivious.
Hold on.
I love Torrian's coming around to this fight now. All we had to do is talk about the action, and he's like,
It
okay, wait a
it
minute.
just sounds so expensive.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That would be
You
sick.
have-
Yo, Clive and them are hanging out, fucking Wall Titan, right?
Yeah.
Clive doesn't even have to take him out. Somebody else in his situation, his girl can take him out. I got it, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that shit. Finish your dinner. Finish your dinner. I'm gonna go fuck him up. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like a human or some shit. But I'm about to go ice his ass out. Now she doesn't have the summon power anymore. She gave it to him, but she'll still fuck him up with the and. Clive has a magic dog. He has a magic,
magic
dog.
He has a
dog?
magic dog.
Yeah, he has a magic
know that.
wolf dog.
Okay.
So like,
What?
this is an action game. You have party members, but they just kind of hang out. They help you. They hang out. The dog actually will heal you, and you can command him to attack. And he has magic powers, so you can be like dog, and he'd be like earth, and he does the wind thing, and then you teleport to the air, and you do the air combo, and then you be like dog, and then the dog does like Thunderga, and then you finish the. It's so sick. I forgot about the magic dog. Clive didn't even know the dog was magic. They was trapped.
Portal
Okay.
is this-
Okay. They was trapped, right? And they was like, "Oh shit, what we gonna do? I gotta save my girl. They got me cornered." And then the dog just this is early. The dog just transformed and started fucking everybody up with magic. And Clive and his girl was like, "We've had this dog since where the fuck did this come from?"
His name's
So he has the
Torgal.
magic dog.
I'm looking at it. I like the wiki.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
Oh
wiki
my
on this
God.
dog is very funny. It's like
And and Clive is like a man, like he got a man voice. So he'd be like, sick him, boy. And then the dog be like, magic.
Right, it's Ralph Innerson or whatever his name is, who has like the most insanely low, fucking
Man.
gravelly British voice you've ever
Sick.
heard.
Oh
I
my
forgot
God.
about the magic dog. I gotta play this game again.
his on
Sorry.
the wiki. This dog's occupation is just listed as Frostwolf, and his hobby is
Pediatrician.
being with
Oh.
Clive and Jill. Like I don't know why it's
Jill
got
and
off.
Clive all day, baby.
Yeah.
Sick 'em.
Torian, I have missed having you on the show so much.
Sick 'em.
Torgal.
He'd be like,
Oh, that is a
heal me, and the
sick-ass
dog be like, oh, and then you get your health back.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever been on cast with Torrian before.
No,
We
this is
kind of
your
come
first
from
time.
like come from like different eras of
Eras,
Death Battle.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we like overlapped, but like I don't know if I was like at the company at the same time that you were. I joined in like
No, it's my
2020.
favorite. I love the different.
Yeah,
eras
we
like
weren't
that.
doing
Yeah.
like we were doing cast in person back then. So yeah.
Yeah.
Even though
yeah.
you were definitely on the team and writing, you weren't in Austin, so you weren't on
Yep.
cast. Yeah.
But you guys
did
know what you're
one.
doing, having me talk about Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
come on,
mean,
man. Like,
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
come on
Yeah.
now.
Go off.
I mean, this really does.
Uh,
Like, I'm kind of like, I was always like, on 16. I really do want to play it now.
Just golden path it. Just golden path it. None of the
Okay.
side quest, because it's like it's an action game, so the RPG stuff is less effective
Yeah.
than. So just golden path it. One mission to the next. And the crazy thing is they know this about the game, because when you beat the game, it gives you mission select. So it literally just turns into an action game.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, so it sounds like this is talking this out has really helped me picture this fight a lot more, and it could be really cool. But I think the
It might
general
be
consensus is that Clive stomps, right?
I think that
I thought Eren can do some weird time shit.
Does he have time powers?
No, well, yeah, he does a weird time thing, but it's not really his. He can't like go back in time. It's actually like the hypest fucking moment, but it isn't really like. I don't remember it being like a super ability or something like that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The when we did the pitch call for this, the person was literally like, "Yeah, I know Eren fucking dies." Like,
Well, what
Yeah.
about his
you
regeneration?
know. Well, his regeneration is really good. I mean, it is really, really good. But I think that Clive is like, from what I've heard, is that like icons are capable of like, at least like destroying like continents. And it's perhaps up to planet level. I don't have a versus battles wiki page or at the ready. I don't think there's one made. But I think that's generally the idea, and that would
Okay.
be more than enough to destroy. Like he would just blow up Eren at like full power. I can imagine him like vaporizing with fire. But
With his magic dog.
yeah, but the great thing about it though is that because Eren is so much larger,
Second boy.
you get scale. The scale of it like counters the power differential, so it doesn't look like a stomp. It'll look really sick.
Yeah, no, I think it'll, at the very least, it'll look pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
Again, the setup, and then Clive is like fighting all the different Titans, and then he like fucking finally, he's probably gonna fight the Titans as human Ifrit first,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
go to Ifrit. Oh
It-
man,
It's also one of those things where, does Eren have anything? Like, I mean, Clive has shit like Giga Flare, where he can just blast him from a distance, right?
Yeah.
Like, does Eren have anything? Like, he doesn't have magic, right? There's nothing that the
No.
Titans have that's like, I
It's
can
all
do it.
biological.
Yeah.
yeah,
You just gotta
projectiles.
hit
He can, like,
shit
he
to
can, like,
hurt it.
Form like a kind of a diamond armor around like parts of his body. Usually does it like
Okay,
verticals, and that like crazy boosts how strong his punches are. He can like rip through people with them, but like, and the Founding Titan can control stuff, and I can look at his powers, but yeah, it's nothing like, it's magic in that it's all like superpowers are magic. It's not magic in terms of like he can shoot
Yeah.
fire or whatever.
okay.
Got it. All right. Well, this has been, I think, a really good deep dive. I learned a lot about Clive in the
Yeah.
match. We do have another matchup that we're going to be talking about. But before we get to that, I've got something else that I got to tell you about. And that is Boot.dev. Because this episode is sponsored by Boot.dev, the smartest way to master back-end development by tackling the hardest problem with online learning, boredom. Torrian, I know you can struggle with it. You got a million screens all the time.
I have-
So
I only have 2 now though.
Oh, okay. So if you ever thought about learning how to code, now's the time. Boot.dev has gamified coding to keep you entertained and learning. You earn XP, levels, achievements, and complete quests to get a top spot on the global leaderboard. Plus, and this is my favorite thing, they do bi-monthly boss fights where the community teams up to take down the bosses through the stuff that they've learned. All the content is free to read and watch in guest mode. Paid membership unlocks all the interactive features like hands-on coding, AI assistance, which is called the Bear Wizard, which I love, progress tracking, and game elements. There's no reason not to try it out because Boot.dev wants their students to feel like they're getting their money's worth. So they offer you a 30-day, no questions asked refund policy and a free demo of every course and its interactive features. So if you've been thinking about learning to code, or also you just think that would be interesting, this is the best way to do it. You should go check them out. So go to Boot.dev and use my code, DeathBattleCast, to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. That's Boot.dev. Use the code DeathBattleCast to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. And that's all one word on DeathBattleCast. Thank you, Boot.dev. Again, shout out to our sponsors who are coming out and keeping us sponsored and going while we're independent. We appreciate it.
Makes a world of difference.
It does. All right, y'all. Now it is time for what I have prepared for. So let me pull this up real quick
As have
because we've
I.
got. Yes, Liam and I have been ready for this one. I'm very excited. This is going to be fun because we had another Kickstarter call with John, and John suggested The Chosen One from Kung Pao versus Sing from Kung Fu Hustle.
Also the chosen one, right?
Also The Chosen One.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I haven't seen those
Which animal
movies.
was the chosen one from Kung Pao?
Oh, you're thinking of
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Kung Fu
Oh, am
Panda.
I thinking of Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a panda.
If you've never seen Kung Pao, get ready for some
Get
of the
ready.
stuff that I'm about
We
to tell
taught
you
him
about.
incorrectly
Oh
because
my
it was
God.
funny.
Yes, we taught him
Yeah.
I
backwards.
swear I thought you was talking about Poe.
No,
No,
no.
Oh, we're talking about the Bob Odenkirk fucking classic.
This is a Bob Odenkirk
like-
joint? I didn't know
Not
that.
Bob Odenkirk.
No,
It's the other
no,
one.
Steve Odenkirk.
Oh,
Steve
man.
Odenkirk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Torian, have you never seen this?
Yeah.
It's
Tell 'em
called
about
Kung Pao?
Yeah.
Kung Pao,
Yeah,
Enter the
Enter the
Fist. And
Fist.
what they did was they licensed a Kung Fu movie, but then wrote their own script and blue screened in some characters
dubbed
and then
Oh.
did their own shots. Then they did like overlays and things. And like they put in a lot of work, especially for the
Yeah.
time period. Like it looks really good for what it was. Like
I've seen
Anyway,
this.
so-
I don't remember it, but I've seen it.
okay, well it gets very,
It's
very
so fucking
ridiculous.
funny.
And so I was
looks
like,
funny.
I want to rewatch that movie. I want to live that up. So I'll rep that character. And then I was going to bed last night and went, oh my God, I forgot to do that. So I stayed up late and watched the movie and took a bunch of notes and got some screenshots. And then I know Liam is ready to rep Sing from Kung Fu Hustle. I
Yeah.
was going to watch it both, but I didn't have time. So I don't remember too much about Kung Fu Hustle. So I'm curious as to where this is going to go.
Yeah. Kung Fu Hustle is a Stephen Chow movie, and okay, what I love about this matchup, it's perfect because they're both parodies of Kung Fu movies, but in different directions.
Right.
Kung Pao is like an American-made parody where it's like, haha, like we're dubbing over this and we're dubbing it incorrectly. Kung Fu Hustle is what if they made a Looney Tunes style Kung Fu movie?
I
So you
remember
have
it being like that.
like doing cartoon shit and getting like squashed and stretched and like running so fast that their legs do the like cartoon
There's a lot of that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's so much like that. But then it actually has like insanely it is like a legitimate kung fu movie because the choreography is just crazy. It's just funny. If you've seen Shaolin Soccer, they made that before.
Oh, I love Shaolin Soccer.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like Shaolin Soccer.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the Chosen One. So first of all, his first feats come when he was a literal baby. Okay. See, Master Pain, later known as Betty,
Master Pain.
her, has been looking for like the Chosen One or whatever. Gotta kill the Chosen One because otherwise he's gonna like rise up and defeat the evil council, right? So he finds this little hut in this village with this family and their sweet little baby. And he's like, I gotta kill this family. I'm gonna murder this baby. So he kills the family, and then he pulls out this huge knife, and he goes to stab down to this swaddled baby, this tiny little baby in a crib. And you know what happens, Torian? That baby goes, "Whoa!" and reaches up and stops this grown man's hand. Okay? Then proceeds to do about 17 fucking backflips out of the crib, bounce off the wall, and start kicking everyone's ass. And so, as a baby, can bounce off walls, do multiple flips, can kick about 4 grown men's ass, and then also he pees on Master Pain. And then he escapes by rolling down a really long mountain.
I was literally just about to say, like, why is he rolling down this hill?
Yeah, so, well, and then
This
this
is a plastic baby.
yeah. Well, the best part is halfway through, Torian, a lady picks him up, and you think that she's going to like be his adoptive mother,
Yeah.
but then she goes, "Oh, so cute! Off you go!" and whatever, and she throws him down the other side of the gorge. So
Just keep rolling.
instead,
That
he is
literally
raised.
just happened. This is hilarious.
Yeah, he is raised by quote various rodents. I don't know how he learned how to speak, but he did. And then he began wandering, searching for the man who stole his life. He walked, he drove cars, he partied with desert creatures. And so he has somehow has become a master of kung fu, but then also has like the senses of a rodent, and can do all sorts of weird stuff with that. But perhaps the most startling thing of all is the creature that lives inside his tongue, which is the mark that identifies him as the chosen one, because he has a creature called Tonguey, which is on his tongue.
Tonguey.
It has its eyes, it has a mouth, and it itself has its own tongue, which is very disturbing when they're eating. And Tonguey is like an extra backup to him, and we'll get into some of that stuff later.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. Saving and investing can feel impossible, but with Stash, it's not just reality, it's easy. Stash isn't just an investing app, it's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with dependable financial strategies to help you reach your goals faster. They'll provide you with personalized advice on what to invest in based on your goals, or if you just want to sit back and watch your money work for you, you can opt into their award-winning expert-managed portfolio that picks stocks for you. Stash has helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals, and it starts at just $3 per month. Don't let your savings sit around. Make it work harder for you. Go to getstash.com/DBC to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's getstash.com/DBC. Paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all the clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisor service offered as Stash Investment LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Others subject to T&Cs. I got it. Y'all enjoy the rest of the show. Have a good day.
But I just wanted to set that up with the origin story and the baby stuff. So like Liam, I'll let you talk a little bit about Sing before we get into the crazy stuff.
Okay, so like Kung Fu Hustle's awesome because you don't know. You know who the main character is if you watch movies. You know who the main character is because you're like, oh, we're following this guy. But Sing is like, he starts off the movie as like a complete fucking loser schmuck douchebag. He's part of this gang called the Axe Gang. This is in like 1940s Hong Kong, and they're just dudes in suits with axes, and they're fucking assholes. And the reason that he's part of this gang is because when he was a little kid, he like had a crush on this girl, on his like friend, and wanted to like defend her from bullies. So he read this kung fu manual, this like shitty fucking kung fu manual, which taught him about the Buddha's palm technique. And it said like, if you do this, you will fucking like giga kill anyone in your way. But he couldn't do it. He was like, ha! He wouldn't do it. And he was just like, kung fu is bullshit. Fucking being a hero is lame and fucking stupid. So I'm gonna be a villain. But he's not evil. He's just not evil, and he sucks at being a villain. And the movie is about the Axe Gang terrorizing this one like building complex, like called
I remember that.
Alley. Yeah.
Mhm.
And as the Axe Gang gets more and more determined to like beat them up, the Pigsty Alley throws out stronger and stronger martial artists. So they first have these 3 martial artists, which are like totally like straight man, serious martial artist guys. And then they beat the Axe Gang. The Axe Gang sends in some assassins. They beat the 3 guys. And then it turns out that the landlord and landlady of Pigsty Alley are actually like gods of kung fu. And then they beat them. And then the Axe Gang goes, "Oh, we're gonna have Sing break the Beast out of this mental asylum." And the Beast is this crazy fucking super badass martial arts god. But he's like the schlubby old guy. So at first they were like, "What?" He's like,
always an old guy.
He's always an old guy. But then he like massively fucking kills everybody. And then there's no one to, and he beats the landlord and landlady, and then there's nobody to defend Pigsty Alley except for Sing, because Sing stands up for them and is like, "This is bad," and then gets absolutely fucked on. He gets destroyed so hard. Sam, if it's possible, could you bring up Sing 4?
It's about the effort. It's about the
set these to me in the middle of this. You turn your camera back on.
I'm a monster. I'm really genuinely
literally
sorry.
It was during this fucking podcast where he
there
sent
was
me
no
picture.
It's always an old guy. It's like the old guy. Don't ever fuck with the old guy.
Which one did you want?
Don't fuck with the old guy.
Sing 4, please.
Oh my god, is
Let's
that a
sing
hand?
4.
So, okay,
yeah, that's the end of the movie.
So, that's the end of the movie. So that's Sing's torso, and that is the Beast punching his head into the ground.
Pretty tough.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he breaks literally every bone in Sing's body. But it turns out that throughout the movie, whenever Singh got his ass kicked, and he'd get destroyed by people, he was like a punching bag. Whenever he'd get his ass kicked, he would heal instantly. And it was like, how'd you heal so quickly? Because it turned out that he got his ass kicked so hard by the beast that it unblocked his fucking chi. Like his whole life, he had his chi blocked, and it turned out that the manual that he read was totally legit, and he is naturally, like without any learning, without anything, he is naturally the god of kung fu. He's like the best kung fu martial artist ever. So after he gets his ass kicked and then heals, all his chi is unblocked, and he goes and fights the entire Axe Gang, like hundreds of fucking dudes, and is just demolishing them. There's this
I would
great part where-
happily take an ass kicking.
Yeah.
If I come out, when you get hurt, you gotta do rehabilitation.
Yeah,
and then you're
Dragon
not
Ball
really
style.
You're not
Yeah,
100%, you know what I'm saying? Then you still got this permanent limp going on. But instead, if I become the god of Kung Fu, I would happily take an ass kicking.
Oh hell
Let's
yeah!
go. Let's do it.
Any
So
day of the
Singh is
week.
crazy strong. He's like he is like a Neo strong.
Yeah, and so there's so much ridiculous things.
Wait, so this,
like-
so the other guy kind of really seems like he doesn't have any powers or anything. He's just like a goofy martial arts dude.
Well,
Uh-oh.
so he
That's what
kind of
you're saying.
has
Go back
a
here.
little bit of his own kind of cartoon physicsy stuff because so Torrian so one of the first things you see him do is he gets ganged up on by the gang of people, so he goes is getting ready and intimidates the shit out of him by punching a hole out of a man's torso. Sam, can you pull up hole punch?
Yeah, I love this.
So
I remember this. It's all coming back to me. I'm gonna
okay,
have to watch
so
this. We're gonna have to watch
Liam's
this.
camera I think is covered. Okay, but you see it on the
There
ground.
you go.
Yeah.
Even that is like the narrator comments
this.
on this. The narrator steps in and is just like, that doesn't seem possible because of like organs and bones and stuff. And it just came out in one clean chunk. He's like, it's like a stomach plug or whatever.
I remember this as one of the mini DVDs I bought from the shopping mall when I was younger.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Oh,
So
this
this
is the shopping mall, or like you go to the Vons or the Rite Aid and you pick up the movie and the
Yeah,
line. Yeah,
the dollar bin.
exactly.
So like this would be fun to calculate in a death battle, by the way. It's like, how hard would you have to hit someone for it to like, I guess like have enough friction to like cauterize the whole side as it.
Bake the flesh into a flesh tube.
Yeah, what's even crazier too is they imply that this guy comes back in the sequel if they ever make it. And he's using
look
his
how
stomach plug.
look how he's looking at his own chest.
Yeah, well,
Look at-
everybody
look at the guy. Look at the guy on the left.
yeah,
That's what I
He's
would
like,
look like.
yo, what?
yeah. So he can beat some ass, and of course he beats everybody. Like, oh god, he can. So one thing I want to get into is he can basically fly. So like it starts as like the normal kung fu, like where they like on like ropes
Yeah,
to go
Crouching
clash or
tiger,
whatever.
Little wire work.
But because they wanted to parry it, the amount of hang time that they have is absolutely insane. Which I'll pull up that image. Sam, let me see. At least we can find that one. I think it's called you see him fly. I think it's called Fly or something like that. You see him clashing with Master Pain in the sky.
Guessing it's
Yes. So they fly at each other,
I love
exchange
this.
a bunch of punches, then he pants his Master Pain and then flies back up to like continue fighting. And so this is consistent like throughout the thing. You see him more and more, like he's like flying through the air. He stays up there forever. Sam, you want to pull up Spinning Bird Kick? He's fighting like multiple thugs and he
Spinning
jumps
bird
up.
kick.
And instead of being upside down, he jumps up and just starts cartwheel kicking everyone from the sky.
The best part about this being appearing, you don't even have to hide how ridiculous it looks because he's clearly on wires. You just you just let it rock. You just let it rock.
Yeah.
You know, I love it.
Exactly. And so throughout as the series goes, or as the movie goes on, like he fights more people. He's fought like obviously gangs and stuff, and then it's implied at the end that for the second one he's going to defeat a full-on army that is surrounding him. So he's like Liam was saying, like he can take on a lot of foes at once. And can do some ridiculous stuff. But the flying was pretty wild. It's also confirmed too because Ling it shows that for the sequel that may be coming, she's just straight flying.
Yeah,
Like, through the air.
love it.
So he has the power of flight. But I'll give it over to you because we'll keep going back and
Yeah,
forth.
we have some stuff. I have some stuff. Okay.
Yep.
So okay, even before he unlocks his chi, he has Toon Force. Could you go to Sing 6? Oh yeah, Toon Force, by the way, is what we refer to like, it's like the Speed Force, but for cartoons. Okay, so this is him out. The landlady's chasing him. He has like knives stuck in his body, and he's like fine, by the way. And he's doing the literal like cartoon run where it's like,
Mhm.
and they're like, she's like chasing him.
Got the
down
lean.
road. Yeah. They like outrun a truck. Yeah. So he's like moving like insanely fucking fast. They're like zooming. And this is when he hasn't unlocked his chi yet. So at his full speed, he is like insanely fast. Could you bring up? Okay, so he fights the beast. The beast earlier in the movie, and kind of like the most impressive thing that he does, and the thing that's like, whoa, this guy's insane, is that somebody like I forget if they're like trying to kill him or test him, but they stick a gun to his head and they fire the gun, and then he catches it between his fingers, and that is gonna be Sing 3. Sam.
What? Like
Yeah,
a cigarette?
This was yeah, literally this is him like stopping the bullet with his finger. This is taken from Versus Battles Wiki. They did a calc. The calc got it up to his reaction. The speed of his finger would be about 433 meters per second, or
Whoa.
Mach 1.2, which is 1.2 times the speed of sound. So just over the speed of sound.
Okay.
So he literally broke the sound barrier with his fingy.
So I also have a finger feat, which sounds terrible.
Nice.
But let's see. Sam.
Finger feet.
So like 5 guys come up on him, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, all right, look. And then he's like,
Keep going, Chad.
what
No,
he
no,
decides
no,
to do
I
in this
wanna-
moment is he starts
Yeah,
moving his
go on.
hands so fast, it's like a blur, like faster than the eye can see. And then Sam, will you pull up eyes? So
Oh no!
like so he's like, and then he has all of their eyes perfectly plucked from their skulls. So I don't know.
love
I don't
this
have a calc
picture.
on that.
I love and
but
hate
it's
this
pretty
picture at the
fast.
same time.
Yeah. And so they all die.
Obviously. No, they're good. They're fine.
There's another finger
That's why
feat you
that
have in
works.
here too.
Really? What was
The
the other one?
image is listed as finger, so I assume so.
I may have.
Yeah, because he hits him with one finger.
Oh
He
yeah.
blows the
Sorry,
skyway.
that's another one. So he goes. He runs. This guy's like, this is like it's like a training scene or whatever, right? So the guy comes up with these boards, right? And he's like, "Can you punch through these boards?" I'll hold him. And he goes up and he stops his fist at the last second, and then just goes, boop, and it's like a fucking dynamite explosion. Like this dude gets launched back across the yard. There, like the boards
The
actually.
more I see
explode.
images from this movie, the more the memory is coming back.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah, this is cool. I like this.
So again, I don't know what the velocity or if that's speed related to just literally like dynamite explosion somebody with the flick of his finger.
Well, the interesting thing about this is it's like this guy, like the other, like the chosen one from Kung Fu Hustle, legit has like chi powers, right?
Yes.
It seems like the guy from the other movie, he kind of really just is whatever needed to overcome the situation. He just kind of like
He just sort of
has
pulls
without
stuff
being
out.
predetermined,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know if that makes it a fair-ish fight, because if the other guy's like, I can do this, he will literally just make up whatever he needs to overcome that situation.
Oh,
And
speaking
I
of
don't
which,
think-
this is also related to what Liam was saying, just because it kind of relates to speed, but it would be, I don't know how you're going to calc this, but Sam, will you bring up the second cow? He basically has matrix bullet timing. So he's fighting this kung fu cow.
This is the movie where he fights the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
So
God!
the cow's
This was
insane.
the main commercial when this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So he fights the cow a lot, and then eventually defeats it. But this is one of the things that, so the cow does the, this leap sideways, like blah 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 with the udders, right? And so then he goes into full matrix bullet time, goes all the way down, dodges it all. But I'm like, normally we'd be like, oh, well, the person was firing a rifle or a pistol, right? So we're like, it'd be like, so he's bullet timing or whatever. But this is like, I don't know how fast.
He's
but
milk
it's a
timing.
kung fu cow. It's
Milk
not like
timing.
a normal cow.
Yeah.
You could calculate how fast it would take to like get to like project milk like that distance without like
Yeah.
dropping in terms of speed or
Right.
measure like how slowed down he is, you know.
You just go to like a school cafeteria, like, kid, how fast can you project this milk through your
Yeah,
straw at
you
this
could-
food fight?
Yeah.
You could match it to, because like gravity, assuming it's Earth's gravity, right? The cow will fall at a rate that's super consistent, and you can match the move to that and get a rough idea of speed.
Cool. But yeah, that's the fun
I
stuff.
want
we
you
do
guys to
here.
have like a consulting firm on like fantasy fights.
Yeah.
And so like people will hire you guys like legit, like they hire you guys and they're like, hey, look, you guys, we were thinking about this. We were thinking about this potato versus a carrot
Yeah.
in this children's book. And he's like, yeah, we just kind of really want to get some math on that. Like, and then Sam comes in, well, like you could calculate the Earth's gravity and the leaves on the carrot. I love
Pretty
it.
much. If
Yeah,
it's like when
only
you
that
brought
was
up
the
Dora.
service people wanted.
Man.
Okay, but I got a couple of things
Go ahead, go for it.
for Mr. Singh. So you brought up the part where he punched the hole in the guy's chest. That's very impressive.
Mhm.
But Singh, the real chosen one, does this shit
The
to a
real
fucking building. This is Singh
Okay.
2, Sam.
What?
This is the Buddha. This is the Buddha's palm. This is he just
yeah.
projects chi from his hand. He just does that, and he did that to a fucking building. Just obliterates it.
Yeah.
My favorite part of
Um,
this is why is the building, like the parts of the building around the fingers,
Why
Yeah.
is it fine?
they're just why is it fine?
That's how fucking fast it was.
Yeah,
That it
right.
it isn't just a brute force. It like it like cut through the fucking building.
Oh my
And
god,
this is-
this is
Well,
hilarious.
but then this is
Also-
super casual. He is casual as fuck in this last fight.
Depending on the camera's like perspective and lens too, like if these were human eyeballs and you're supposed to, this is the thinnest fucking, this is just an apartment complex facade, right? This
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
right, yeah.
there's no
It's just a
room back
cardboard
here.
cutout.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That
It's
is
like
a
a-
set wall.
Yeah, that's
Like-
a set wall. Yeah, exactly. That is a movie set wall of a 1940s
That's-
Hong Kong.
I think
Because the
kind of
stairs are
like
still
partially
up.
the joke.
The whole
Yeah.
foundation of the
Yeah.
stairs is gone, but they're still standing.
Well,
up.
yeah. And so the other thing about the Chosen One is they constantly reiterate this throughout the whole movie that the more time passes, the more fights he gets into, he's constantly getting stronger.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
really wish they had
Little
made that
level up.
sequel, because that would have been amazing. But just some more ridiculous stuff to bring up. So he's doing push-ups in like the training scene, and then of course he's doing it with like one hand, one finger. And then Sam, will you bring up breath? He just he's doing these are push-ups just by inhaling and exhaling, and he like
Oh
his
my
legs are back up. He is
God.
going vertical, man. Like, so incredibly powerful breath. He can spin a staff fast enough to just blow people backwards.
This would be one of
Um,
those ones that like the amount of like psi of air given that sort of range would actually not be difficult to calculate to like assuming he's like 180 pounds or whatever, right? But also the counter would be to intake that much air, he would also be sucking himself back down to the ground, like realistically, right? Or if he was doing it through his
also
nose,
needs to be at a
like-
steeper angle because the
Oh,
angle
yeah.
he's at, he would just spin.
yeah.
So
But
he needs to be painted
he's
like
the chosen
he needs
one,
to be
so-
like 90, so he can like Iron Man, like so he can push himself straight up and down. but
Right?
He would
Yeah.
he would just spin if he did it at this angle.
Yeah, and yet, look at him go. Uh, so he also has. Oh, Liam, do you anything else you been on before I keep going?
I have some other stuff, but
Okay,
you
go.
go first. I want to end on.
Oh, okay, got it. So he's got like has the ability because of being raised by rodents to have the help of like rodents in many
Raised by
different
rodents.
ways. Everything from gopher chucks, which is he just reaches into a hole, tells the gophers that he needs gopher chucks, and then they form nunchucks and he beats the shit out of people with these gophers. Who are then fine, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
But also he has squirrel armor. And while it wasn't onto the scale of the building there, Liam, when he's having his final fight with Betty, Betty throws the like claw, and Betty's amped up by the evil council, which by the way, the evil council, spoilers, were French aliens. and they're flying in on all these like floating ziggurat spaceships.
Aliens. I like where this is going.
And so Betty gets amped up and then does his like super thing where he throws the like black claw on the chain, and it looks like the chosen one is out, but then he stands up and he goes, "Thanks, little friend," and pulls out a squirrel that has a
From
palm
where?
print, has a
His
palm
shirt.
from inside his gi. And so he pulls out a squirrel, and the squirrel has a perfect palm print smashed into it. It's flattened out. Somehow survives. He's like, "Thanks, little buddy," and he gives him acorns, and then the little palm print squirrel scurries away. So he does have squirrel armor as well.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
probably the craziest thing is Tungi. And Tungi is referred to as the supreme gift, possesses great supernatural power. But we don't see a lot of it. I think they were teeing this up for their very hopeful sequel that they referenced many
I was
times.
about to say, I remember this being one. I remember this kind of being the one of the parts where I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it got real
I just-
weird at the end when the French aliens are there, and so the aliens are about to like destroy him or whatever, and so he then activates. Oh, by the way, Mufasa, he's friends with Mufasa. Mufasa will come to him in the clouds and visions and call him the Cho Simba
Oh!
one.
That's another connection. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh, okay. And
Oh
so
my
then
God,
he's
this is
like,
great.
you know,
This might need to
Mufasa's
happen.
like, "Cho Simba, use your power," or whatever. And so will you bring up Tongue one?
Tongue.
So this happens. He starts shooting his tongue up.
No.
No. Get ready, because
No.
there is a spaceship way up in the sky. Will you go to Tongue 2, Sam?
No. You stay at tongue one.
He proceeds to latch
What in the
his
fruit by
tongue.
the foot?
He latches it around the corner, and then somehow with just the muscle of his tongue spins this thing and sends it flying off like into space. And then all of the rest of the aliens are so scared they all retreat. And then he rips out the magical plugs that were in Betty with his galvanized hands. Because fun fact, apparently if you want to toughen up your hands to be able to grip and rip things out of anything, get them all bloody and then put citrus on them, salt, and then mercury, and then set them on fire with gasoline. And then your hands are forged to be able to do whatever.
You're good to go.
Also, for legal purposes, don't do that.
Yeah, for legal purposes, don't do that. Thank you, Austin. All right. Go ahead. I know you.
Believe it or not,
We're getting close to the end.
the Singh has encountered a fighter that can morph his body into strange and impossible ways, and that is the Beast. The Beast is like a martial artist that is like Toad style, so he like can inflate his throat pouch like a big old bullfrog, and then jump around like on all fours, bounce. And he does this. He bounces around so hard that he knocks Singh into the sky. This is Singh 5, Sam. He knocks him so far into the sky that he passes clouds, and there's like hawks and shit. And then he like, as he's falling, he like just taps on one of the hawks with his feet, and then leaps even higher. He leaps past the cloud line and then meets the Buddha in the sky. There's a big old Buddha cloud that's like, "Hello." It doesn't
He
actually
used
say
a
anything,
bounce
he's up
pad
there.
frog to meet.
He literally did that. And then he turned around and flew back down, burst into fucking flames as he was flying, and did the Buddha's palm at the Beast. And this is what it looked like. Sing 1. This is the first feat I fucking looked up. He did that to him, and that's the Beast in the center right there.
Looks like a Godzilla footprint.
Yeah, so he's like, he just obliterates the guy. Like,
But so here's the thing, though: if you put the chosen one into the ground, that's an advantage for him, because we've seen him dive into the ground and tunnel around and pop up, and he does the rodent stuff.
The Beast isn't. That's not a hole in the ground. Just to be clarified, that's a man.
That's the Beast. That's a man.
Oh, it looks
like a hole, but
like,
no, he's just wearing all black, so it looks like a hole.
Got it.
He's
still chilling.
Here's the thing with the chosen one. He with Singh. He is the god of kung fu. He is a genius at martial arts, and in the final fight, he actually perfectly replicates the martial arts techniques of the 3 warriors from the beginning. So he, just by witnessing them as a scrub,
the landlord and friends, or the bad guys?
The landlord and friends.
Okay.
So he was able to like download their martial art techniques, and then and then replicate them perfectly. So even though Chosen One Kung Pao Chosen One can do all this crazy loopy goopy shit. Sing would be able to replicate that because Sing's just as cartoony, just in like a slightly different way.
Well, except for tongue.
So Sing can also do the tongue thing. I don't even know.
I don't know what I don't know what like.
I don't even know why I said that.
I don't even know if it's like the tongue. Maybe
the tongue is its own being. Like, anyways, so I don't think you could replicate the tongue, but like the bullet time or the like punching a hole out of a person shit, almost certainly.
The digging through the ground or whatever.
Yeah. Or like squirrel armor, like he could probably.
Well, the digging through the ground, is that a martial art thing? Seems kind of like a
rodent thing.
That's a raised by rodents.
That's a goat.
Why would you copy that
thing?
Like,
he heals super fast too. Anytime he gets his ass kicked, he heals immediately and gets even stronger because it's just unblocking his chi.
Well, in Kung Pao, he's never hurt.
Well,
he gets a little hurt.
He's never been hurt. Doesn't mean he can't die.
Well, no, I'll give you this. He is so like, but similar thing, like because we've seen him bleed. Also, he saw Master Pain. This is early, but he saw Master Pain do this feat of strength where he had like, you know, he's getting beat up by like he basically has like 4 henchmen beat the ever living hell out of him with poles, like hit him in the crotch and all this stuff, and then Master Pain just literally flexes and it sends all the dudes flying back across the thing. That's so cool. Chosen One's like, I mean, I could do that. Come here. Hey guys, come here. Beat the shit out of me with poles. And they just beat the fuck out of him. Like, and then he chills for a little bit, and then he's fine in like the next panel. That's the thing too, is you see he seemingly has also regeneration factor, because he does like he'll get fucked up or he'll be bleeding, and then within like the next scene he's like completely fine.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'd have to analyze that.
It's so hard to talk about this stuff because it's like about making fun of like quick filmmaking too, like the meta of like not the meta commentary of the film, but of like the behind the scenes of the film and like how they made it. Like they intentionally wanted it to be like jarring from scenes at times, and like why was that cut there? What did they hide? Why is the dubbing off? Shit like that. And like I think those inconsistencies sometimes are as much about the filmmaking style as it is the character.
Yeah,
but it's fun like having those weird filmmaking things as pseudo powers, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I remember when they put like Jason in a Mortal Kombat game, and like him just showing up in a scene just because they turned that into like a teleport. So
Just, like, go that's actually speaking of that, we didn't, not to backtrack like a half hour, but we didn't talk about how Clive's in Tekken 8, and that might be a factor to that whole conversation. I completely forgot about that until you mentioned that. I was like, well, Clive's in Tekken 8 as of like last month.
He's pretty good.
Crazy. Like a demon in Tekken 8.
Yeah, and then the only other thing I wanted to bring up, and this is only because when I was watching this and knowing that Torrian was going to be on the show today, I was like, this may be the most flips in any piece of media that I've ever seen. He does so many flips, Torrian. It is insane. And in fact, there is one scene where he like bounces off the wall and just starts doing flips, and he stops in air. And I think I counted before he finished just that one. I think it was 16 flips. Like before before he landed.
Pretty good.
Even as a baby, I look pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. 16 is pretty good.
Do one right now, Torrian.
I mean, I think Gabby might have him at the Olympics, but
no, yeah. But yeah, there's so many flips in this movie. It's
Gabby. I mean,
we didn't get to mention Sing's ultimate technique.
Oh no!
Is it not the palm? That was the end of the movie.
It's not the palm. It's not the palm.
Oh my god!
It's the toe crusher.
I thought you was about to say tongue.
It's the tongue crusher.
No,
it's
the toe.
He has a gun.
Don't say tongue crusher.
That's something else.
That's I don't know. That's a brave Google right there.
A brave Google.
Yeah.
It's not his ultimate technique, but it's something he busts out in his fight. But it's actually really useful. Where he's like grappling with you, or he's like fighting you, and then he just does this, like with his foot. He just goes boom, and just fucking crushes your toe flat. Like your foot is
like
literally
Looney Tunes flat,
into
right?
Paper.
Like it's
like,
a sheet of
and
paper.
he can do it rapid fire. So he was like surrounded by like 10 dudes, and he just went and like flattened all of their feet. And they were all like, oh! The whole ending fight takes place in slow motion, and the beast is like, you're crushing their feet. That's fucking amateur hour. And then they're fighting, and he does it to him, and he's like, ah! so it like awesome. Immediately like hampers your mobility, which I think would be a big problem with Mr. Chosen One, because you got a lot of flips. Can't be landing those flips with fucking paper feet.
Well, he can basically fly. So like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like he
can
doesn't
say.
really need his legs or feet for mobility.
Martial artist doesn't need their legs. It's
Yeah.
called kicking, my friends. No.
Does
And he was doing push-ups with air.
Yeah. He's probably good.
When Singh does push-ups with the air, he leaves a fucking giant, like 10-foot long hand imprint in the concrete.
I genuinely
That's
would
right.
love to do this death battle.
I
'cause
would. This would be interesting.
This is
It
I
would
just because I want to see you guys convert, like Sam said, convert the movie shit into like powers and stats.
Maybe
Because
maybe
a lot
this
of it is like movie
Yeah.
editing, right?
Yeah, maybe
Right.
this one's for Ismahawk. We just call him up. Maybe this is our fight.
Oh, he would probably love to
Dude.
do that.
with all the janky wire effects and stuff, like this would be like
Danny,
like, make
and
it
you
look
know
shitty, like, a
Danny's
little
gonna
shitty.
play Kung Pao Chosen One too. There's no
Yeah.
chance Danny's not
of
getting the
course.
karate gi out for this one. Absolutely zero shot. So
That would be
he's
sick.
just on the
That would be
wire,
cool.
just spinning. Yeah.
oh my god, that would be so ridiculous. Anyway, all right, cool. Well, this was very both of these matchups I'm very interested in now. Torrian, dude, thank you so much for hopping in
Yeah,
on
man.
cast. We are
Yeah.
unbelievably excited to be working with you again. You hit me up whenever you're free on like a Tuesday, or we'll hit you up if we've got a pre-record, and we would love to have you on as much as you, because dude, I miss making content with you, and it's always a blast.
Yeah, man. I'm in.
Um,
As long as I get the time, I'm there.
hell yeah, dude. And we're looking forward to doing your matchup, which we'll see what it is. And I'm sure tons of people in the chat remember this is pre-recorded. I've been asking, what's your matchup? What's your matchup? Sorry, not announced yet. We'll let you know.
Give us
Um,
a while.
All right, and then before we close it out, I have one last thing.
Oh God.
Don't do it.
No, I mean,
I'm out of here.
Torrian,
I'm
What?
out of here.
is the name of this character?
Come on, man.
You knew
Come
you
on,
had
man.
it the last time we were talking about it, because we were
Come
talking
on.
about it, but I don't know if enough has passed.
Dingus. Schmongo.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
I will.
It,
I will help
it
you
wasn't
out.
up there long enough for me to do a reverse Google search.
Okay, yeah.
do you want to
will help
Google
you
Eye
out.
this? Here you go. Get Google Eye.
I will help you out. It is not Gandalf. Okay.
I know that. He's the tall white. He's a tall
You
white
have called
grand
him
wizard.
Gandalf in the past.
That's true.
I am
You
going.
know?
Grand
Wait,
Wizard's a
don't
little rough.
Cut me
too.
out of. Don't. I didn't say grand wizard.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you're not
Tall
wrong.
white
You just didn't mean
wizard
that
dressed in
one.
White robes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
tough.
no.
Let's run the credits.
White grand
He's
wizard.
not a. Oh, I'm gonna stop.
No, he's actually the Lord of the Rings magician. You got it wrong.
This cat is over here like, you racist bastard. It's
Come on.
You just said don't say Gandalf. You just said that.
Come on, it's a meme. It's a meme.
Yeah.
It's
This is your redemption arc, Torrian. I
My
believe in you.
axe.
Yeah, his axe.
what was that?
That's the
That's
the
the
most
character.
popular quote from the character.
And my axe.
Oh,
In my
what's
axe.
good that would do me.
He's begrudgingly
You did it
friends with.
confidently too, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you really threw me some. You really shot me some bail with that one, and I was
I
like,
know.
sir, I'm still in
My
lockup. I don't know what that means.
He's friends with
Still only counts as
Legolas.
one.
Like
Friends with Legolas. So
Who's
he's not
Legolas?
Legolas.
Who's Legolas?
the elf,
Orlando Bloom elf.
Elf from where?
Lord of the Rings.
This
Liam,
is Lord of the
Okay,
Rings.
so he's from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
See, you see how
Yeah.
you see how I got that? You see
Nailed
how?
Yeah.
You see how I
He's-
kinda
When I said
detected
Stop,
it?
Spider-Man
stop giving him
earlier, I
stuff.
was
You're
gonna-
You see how no, it's too late. You see
No.
how I detected that? That was cool. All right, here we go.
Okay,
Lord
not
of the
Frodo.
Rings,
not
not
Frodo.
not
Okay.
Frodo.
We got it.
Wait, who's
Boromir.
Frodo? No, Frodo is the.
Bring it down.
60 seconds.
Elijah
I,
Wood.
I got the clock on. Figure 60 seconds. We gotta put a limit on this.
Okay, not Frodo.
Not Frodo.
Frodo is from Harry Potter.
Christ.
Nope.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Lord
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
It's
Lord of the
definitely not Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings. Definitely not Harry Potter. That was a bunch of kids.
These are men. This character is a dwarf.
Is he in the
Mhm.
same thing that Heimly? No,
Wait.
that's still
Hold
Harry
on.
Potter.
No,
No.
hold on.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he's right.
Hold
It's
on.
still Harry Potter.
Still Harry Potter.
That was very close.
That was
You
close.
just like pronounced
You're
him
off
like
by
a Spanish
Heimdall?
character.
and
What?
No,
No,
not
who's Heimdall?
Heimdall.
Who's
Heimdall
Heimdall?
is from Norse mythology.
Oh, he's like he blocks the
8,
bridge.
7,
8, 7,
No,
6,
that's the
6.
Grand Wizard
5. No.
that blocks the bridge.
Gimli.
Yeah!
There you go.
Oh! You got that with 1 second. Were you fucking with us this whole time?
Of course he was.
I
Yeah.
don't know who. I didn't know who that was.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Torian. It's been a
We
great
did
show.
it. The redemption
gonna-
arc. I'll never quiz you on Gimli again.
I'm gonna go send us to the credit thing. Bye, y'all.
Maybe other things.
You got me.
I was dead ass serious.